Now I'm going to present the excerpts from the official court document. And here that is right here. This is the official court document that I'll be taking things from and showing you the lies throughout the transcript. Not all of them, because there's too many, because the whole thing was a lie. Okay, so now, here is the part of the transcript. Now, the mother lied about how she did not sign the IEP, in the school documents, which she did, which I read to you about the history of her daughter lying and stealing and acting inappropriately sexual inappropriation or whatever she was doing, lifting up her blouse, exposing herself. She was doing this in school, and it's documented, and I had showed that previously. But here's where the school custodian of records was on the stand, and the attorney was questioning him. And so she says, "Mr. Bingham, did you bring Theasha's IEP with you to court today?" He says, "Yes, ma'am, I did." She says, "All right, I want to ask you to pull out the 12, 11, 13 IEP. Is that a completed one with everyone's signature on it?" And she asked that question because Theasha, the mother, lied and said she had not signed the IEP. And I know for a fact the parents have to sign the IEP. That's part of the school record. Then he says, she asked, "Theasha signed it. Is that correct?" He says, "Yes, ma'am." "And her mother signed it?" "Yes, ma'am." "In fact, she signed it twice, didn't she?" This is the question from the attorney. He says, "Well, it depends where you're talking about twice. She signed that she was a participant in the meeting. She signed that she received the procedural safeguards. And then in the attached NORREP, she signed that she approved the document." So the question from the attorney, so she signed 3 times, not twice. He says, "Technically, yes." The question was, does that mean that she was involved in discussions or understood what was contained in the IEP? He answers, "Yes, ma'am." And she says, "All right, let's go to page 3 of the PSSA." Okay, I think that's talking about something else. That's talking about her grades or something. But anyway, that's a really lengthy piece. And here's another little tidbit about Theasha, the daughter. It says here, question is, how about English? I want you to look to Mrs. Mathis. She made some comments, and Mrs. Mathis is the state attorney's witness. And the attorney says here she made some comments. I want you to look at the 4th line up from the first paragraph and read what it says, beginning with Theasha. Then she says, he answers, "Theasha is polite to her teacher, but frequently engages in verbal spats with several boys in her class. If they are talking, she assumes it's about her and immediately retorts with a comment about them or about how they should shut up or watch themselves, etc." Okay. It talks about some more of her social skills. Okay. And here we have it again. Okay. they're still talking about the IEP statements. Then it says here, the answer, when, okay, the question, let's go to the third one, answer to the third one. So the answer is, when given opportunities to interact socially with her peers, for example, the common area, the bus, less supervised times during the school day, Theasha has lied to them, mocked them, taking their belongings without their permission, made inappropriate sexual gestures, i.e., picked up her shirt to expose herself, made verbally aggressive and threatening comments to them, to her peers we're talking about. For example, I'm going to stab you, and has physical aggression towards them. The function of these behaviors has appeared to act as a means for her to communicate and cope with her feelings. Let me see. And that is question, that is considered behavior that impedes learning. Is that correct? The answer is yes, ma'am. The question from the attorney, is it a stretch to think that the behavior that she exhibits in school is exhibited elsewhere? The answer, one would think. The question, so it's not a stretch. Answer, no. All this information, all this documentation about her, and the court still chose to believe her when it should have had some doubts. Well, this little girl's a liar and a thief, and she's the one with the inappropriate sexual behavior. That was just my thought. Okay. Let me see. Okay. Is there also in here any reference to sexual gestures? And the answer is that would be a continuation on page 21. Okay, please read that. Going through verbally aggressive and threatening comments and inappropriate sexual gestures across the course of the IEP site. Now, here's the answer. The IEP was dated December of 2013. The meeting date was December 11th. Do you have an IEP from the school year 2012? The answer is yes, ma'am. Is there any indication in that report that there were any issues with Theasha lying or engaging in inappropriate sexual behavior? Okay. Not directly in her goal statements. However, I'm scanning through the present level data. Then the question is, what does it say? Answer, similarly, as the IEP preceding it, one of the goals was when given opportunities to interact with peers, Theasha has lied to them, often taken their belongings without permission, made inappropriate sexual gestures, made verbally aggressive and threatening comments to them, and has been physically aggressive towards them. Now, this is the third time they have said this about this girl, and they still chose to believe her. Now, I'm going to turn to another page. Hold on. Okay, now I'm back. Now, this is a defense witness talking about Theasha, the mother. Okay, let me start from here. Okay, this is the district assistant district attorney, or the district attorney at the time, asking the questions to his own state's witness. So they're talking about little Theasha, and he's verifying here that definitely she's the one that he's talking about. So they'll both be on the same page. him and the witness. And the question, one of the questions he asked, and she talked to you about Christopher Blackwell? Yeah, she did. She told me that he didn't do it. I personally asked her, did he touch you? I asked her twice. Oh, no, I'm sorry. This is one of our defense witnesses. I'm sorry. This is not the state's witness. This is one of our defense witnesses. And he asked, what business is it of yours? And she said, because I'm there at the end of the day and I can actually ask the questions, And she proceeded to ask me questions about the situation. And I told her, he said, go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. And she said, she asked me, little Theasha asked her, did she know what was going on about it? And I was like, no, but you can let me know what's going on. When we had the conversation, when we were sitting there, she walked up to me. She asked me, did I know what was going on? I said, no, I didn't know what's going on. So that's when she started talking to me and telling me that I asked her and telling me that. She said, I asked her, did he touch you? She was like, no. So then the district attorney started getting smart. So I'm just pointing out. Okay, and so this is our attorney. This is the offense attorney asking uh, the defense witness some questions. This is the defense attorney asking the defense witness, one of the defense witnesses. And it says, the question, regarding conversations that you had with Theasha's mother, did you talk to her about any Facebook postings or anything? She said, yeah, I discussed that she was on Facebook. It said that he was falsely accused, like they set him up. Question, did you actually see a Facebook posting? Answer, yes. Okay, do you remember specifically what it said? She says, I just remember that it said that we set him up, LOL. I don't specifically remember all the words that was quoted, but I actually seen the Facebook post because I was told to come over to Miss Carol's house to. Then the question, just a minute. You just said you actually saw a Facebook post, right? She says, right, on Lottie's phone. Now, Lottie is the state's witness's daughter. So, question, I'm showing you what is marked as defense exhibit number 8. Take a look at that, please. And she says, yeah, that's the one. Question, okay, would you read it to the jury, please? Starting with the paragraph, this is how. Reading, this is how you set somebody up for failure. The girl in the hat is the 15-year-old girl that Chris Blackwell supposedly touched. The woman driving the car is her mother. Chris Blackwell was a sitting duck from the moment he started visiting them. Their plans to take him down worked perfectly. Now he has to register as a sex offender, LOL. I love it. This girl and her mom are the perfect team. The state of Pennsylvania recognizes the 15-year-old girl as mentally handicapped. She was free to accuse him of anything she wants, and the law would be on her side. This arrogant piece of blank. Can I say that? And question, say what it says. This arrogant piece of word right here, call himself liking some old lady around the corner. Big mistake on Chris's part. That really hurt her and she started crying. So she told her mom that he had been touching her, LOL. just because she was mad at him. Was that brilliant or what? LOL. And her mom. Then the question. Next page, please. Go ahead. Answer. And her mom also told the police that he had his arm on her shoulder just for good measure. That was all they needed to charge him. It says LMAO, which means laughing my off. Chris never saw it coming. If you hate him as much as I do, please share this. My friend's 6-year-old daughter took his picture in the courthouse, and now she's telling everybody in Mechanicsburg he's a child molester, just like I'm telling everybody in Harrisburg he's a child molester. Cry. So she there and asked, it says cry. Then it says, so she there and asked. I can't pronounce it. Question, her photograph? Yeah, her photograph. That was brilliant. That worked perfectly. That should have raised a lot of doubt. Given little Theasha's history, and her mom are both liars. Okay, now this is the state's witness talking about Theasha, the mother. Now she's supposed to be a witness for the prosecution. So just listen to this. Was there a period of time when Theasha accused or said Chris was over at her house when you knew that he was at Bridge of Faith, which is a church, of course? Answer, okay, hold on. It was a Wednesday night. Now, this is the state's witness. It was a Wednesday night. That day my kids wanted some lasagna. So I made a pan of lasagna and tossed salad and garlic bread when we got back home. I was fixing our plates, and she banged on my door like she's some cop. She had her back turned. I said, what is wrong with you? She had some girl named Michelle with her. She was telling me that Chris is at some white lady's house. The lady got cameras out her front door. She got a camera, and there were all of these people. I'm saying to myself, oh, really? You know, I know he was at church with us, talking about her and her daughter. Question, you did? I'm sorry. Answer, I was listening to her conversation. She had this little girl, Michelle, with her. Michelle was pregnant at the time when I met her. She was telling me that her husband was in jail, that Christopher, should have been in jail because her husband didn't do this and do that. Question, you never told her? Answer, no, I didn't tell her that I knew Christopher was with us at the church. I didn't tell her that. Question, so you knew she was lying to you? Answer, yes. Question, what reason can you imagine she had to lie to you? Answer, the reason? Because she's a fantastic liar. First of all, she don't even know me and my kids for her to talk to me like that. And I've been nice to her, saying that I'm retarded, my kids are retarded, you know, stuff like that. Now, this was the state's witness, like I said, and I revealed to the state's witness that Big Theasha, the mother, had been talking about her and her kids, because one of those times that Big Theasha called me, she was talking about her and her kids, but Big Theasha did not know I was recording the conversation, and I played it back for the state's witness, and that's where that came from. Okay, let's see. I think, okay. Okay, and here's the attorney with part of the summation. She's talking to the jury. If you remember, I asked Theasha about a lying incident when she was caught stealing, and she admitted that she did not tell the truth until she was confronted with it. Mr. Bigham, now, he is the school custodian that was reading the records about how she was a liar and a thief and about how that she was going to commit suicide and all that. He's the record keeper, so he has no reason to lie. Mr. Bingham has no reason to lie. His job is to keep the records of students at the school district. He testified to exactly what those records were. Now, not only does the school know that Theasha has a problem with lying and sexually inappropriate behavior, her brother even testified to not believing what she says because she lies all the time. Her brother even said, as he sat here, that he was really frustrated and he was getting ready to flip out. So that's just the rest of the summation of the jury. But those are just, that comes from the official court record. Now I'm going to show you the items that were posted on Facebook, and our attorney filed for motion for post-trial relief concerning this same thing. Christopher Blackwell. So just so you know, and these were all the Facebook postings, and the Facebook postings were going up even before court was over, even before we left the courthouse, because all of us rode together. Me, the attorney, Christopher, and Christopher's girlfriend. All of us rode together. So we weren't even back home before the postings, were up on Facebook. This is Exhibit A. Okay, and this is her. Cool Kid Andrea. That's her picture. That identifies her. LOL. I told me and my mom lie on him. It was funny the way he looked. That's the first Facebook posting. This is her Facebook page, which identifies her. That's her doing the selfie. That's who she has her name as. These are just pictures, I guess, she has on her page. Now, here we go. She starts off, me and my mom. Now it doesn't say here who she was talking to. Wait a minute, let me go back and see. Okay. Okay, this is Exhibit A. Exhibit A. And this is her. Cool Kid Andrea. Me and my mom got Chris Blackwell in trouble today in court, LOL, and it was funny. He going to be on the news. He can't prove it. Share this, his profile picture. And it says, continued, and something and LLNL need to know if he really did it, cause he around my girls too. Then it says LLL no, but you say he did it to you, you kids, and the cops will believe you. You get him in trouble too. It fun to do that. Tell police he touched your kids and they arrest Chris. And then this says, me and my mom, but I don't know who this is referring to. Me and my mom, then trouble like how? Did he touch you sexually or try to? And then she responds, jail. Jail for what? The person says. That's what I told everybody. Then the person says, wow, why are you telling me this? And she said, it's easy to get anybody in trouble. The question, so did he touch you though? She says, LOL, maybe, maybe not. He in trouble. LOL. Then it says, wow, well, I wish you luck. Take it. So did he touch you? Okay. Well, I wish you luck. Take it easy. And then she says, I get what I want. And they say, I see. And she says, I tell Chris I can get him in trouble anytime I want to, and it's fun. No thanks, it's not my business, that's y'all. I'm telling everyone, I'll post his picture. This is Exhibit B. This is the stuff that we presented in court that I told you they ignored because Theasha and her mother tried to say that Chris was the one that was posting the Facebook pages. But we weren't even home from court when they first started posting. So here's another person she sent it to. And she was working at Wendy's in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania at the time. Then she asked this person, you know Chris, read my story about him, my mom page, LOL. Me and my mom lie on him. And the person said, that ain't funny, Slim. You ruined this man's life. Why are you even talking to me? That's Exhibit B. This is Exhibit C. Okay. So now, there's somebody else she Facebook. You know Chris, read my story about him. My page, LOL, me and my mom lie on him. Okay, that ain't funny. Okay. Why are you even talking to me? He says. Then she says, I saw you picture and you sexy. I don't care about him. He disrespect me and he got this fat B in his phone. I told him not to talk to nobody and he ignored me. So I get him in trouble. Me and my mom lie on him. So her and her mom are a team. Okay, so now here is another page that she texted someone. Okay, it says, Chris can't do nothing about it and nobody believed him, LOL. And here's a man, what exactly did you and your mother lie about? And she says, we lie on Chris in the court. He was ignoring me and cussing at me, so I get him in trouble and we lie on him and we trick the people in court. And then she says, LOL. So then this person says, let me see. No, somebody says, me and I rejected her. Why don't you friend her? She made a page talking about how she lied in court. Her name is Cool Kid Andrea. Now, these are Facebook friends talking. That was part of Facebook friends talking about, discussing it. And here's another page where somebody says, bruh, I don't even know. She a weirdo. And then she says, LOL, it's funny getting Chris in trouble. Then she said, he's disrespectful. That's what she says here. He's disrespectful. Okay, this is Exhibit E. Still Facebook posting. And here's someone else she friended. She got on Christopher's page. It was friending his friends. I will show her. Thank you, Kathy. Or something, I don't know. Then Kathy says, your lawyer, not the girl, because she can say she was just playing. And then he says, I was referring to my lawyer. Okay. This is Exhibit F. This is her Facebook page and pictures and stuff like that. That's her. That's little Theasha. Theasha Jr. or whatever you want to call her. This is her identifying information. Now, she says here, me and my mom got Chris Blackwell in trouble today in court. And it was funny. He's going to be on the news. He can't prove it. Share this, his profile picture. This is Exhibit G. I mean, she was telling everybody. Okay, now this is a conversation between myself and little Theasha. And again, she did not know who she was talking to because my name was not my name on Facebook. And I was talking like her because I wanted her to feel comfortable, so she could give me what I was looking for. Here she is. And this is me, and this is my conversation and her conversation. She says, is Seek Peace of Mind you real name? And I didn't answer. She says, are you really friends with Chris? And I put Facebook. Here's my answer. What did I do with my pen? Oh, okay. Here's my answer. Are you really friends with Chris? I say hi. No, she says hi. Said, Chris on you friends list. You know him. And I said, he on Facebook. She says, he in jail, LOL. His family crying. We lie on him. And I said, wow, you lie on him? Yeah, me and my mom, we lie on him. Nobody believe him. And I said, nobody? Who? She said, people in court don't believe him. Then she says, okay, I copy that, people. Yeah, people in court. And I said, a judge you mean? And she says, yeah, people in court. And I said, was Easy you and you mom lie under oath? She said, what is oath? Let me wait till this clears up. She says, what is oath? I say, you know, before you go up and sit in the chair side judge. She said, oh yeah, me and my mom and my brother lie on Chris. It was funny. Funny, lie on him next to the judge. I said, I'd be scared to do that. And then I said, LOL, how did you get court to believe you? And she says, I say, LOL, how did you get court to believe you? And she says, it easy. And I said, how? And she said, LOL, I don't know it really easy. I can do anything I want. I special needs. I really want you to see that part. I can do anything I want. I special needs. I said, and cops and people in court believe you because you special needs? She said, yeah, LOL. I said, so you can make up a story about anybody and cops believe you? She said, LOL, OMG, it fun to do that. I said, wow, I be scared. She said, LOL, I can do whatever I want. I said, why you mom and you brother lie in court? She said, LOL, it fun and nobody will know. I said, court, believe you mom and you brother? And she says, yeah, LOL. I say, I don't believe you special needs. You smart. You are smart. She said, LOL. I said, what grade you in? And she said, 11. I said, what school you go to? She said, Mechanicsburg High School, and my teacher name is Ms. Daigle. I said, she nice? And she said, yes. So I said, that's good. And so I said, I'm trying to get this cleared up.